Welcome to a new edition of Grove 911. I'm Officer Katie Phillips, and Mike Vandervoort is not actually here with us today. So we're here at the new fire station. It's the newest thing in town. So we're gonna spend today's episode talking with Chief Rick Redenius and PJ, who's gonna show us around and show us all the cool stuff here and all the cool rooms. And so let's go take a look. All right, we're here in the main lobby at the Central Fire Station. The main area that people see when they first come in, and there's a ton of history here. I'm not going to talk about which board that I started and would be born at, so we can talk about more of your era and how all this stuff got here.
Okay, as you can see behind Katie, this is our fantastic history wall, and it's temporary. They're eventually going to be glass panels. It's a tremendous history of Cottage Grove's Fire Department starting from 1959 and proceeding to the current day, which is the last corner down in the bottom right of our beautiful new building here. We love it.
And you were talking about there's some patches along the wall about the East Cottage Grove. When did that start to change into just a Cottage Grove?
That's a really common question, actually. East Cottage Grove started 2 years before we did, 1957, where original Cottage Grove was. Thompson Grove, which is on the other side of the highway, started in 1959, the origination of Cottage Grove Fire Department.
I appreciate you coming and talking with us, and we're going to head out with Chief Rick Redenius to check out the training facility. All right, we're here in the training room with Chief Rick Redenius, and now that they're moved in, they're actually here all the time, and they do a lot of training. They have a lot of time on their hands now that you guys are moved in. So how does it feel to even just be here?
Well, I'll tell you what, the staff is ecstatic. They've gone from what we called the dungeon to the palace. They are happy. Lots of new amenities, lots of new features. We're in a training room now, which is a huge upgrade from what we had before. Actually, we can get all of our staff in here at once now, which we couldn't before. We were very cramped when there was a training session. This room can be broke out into 2 different rooms so we can do multiple trainings at once. We have a lot of new advanced features for audio visual to help with training as well. So the staff is just really excited.
Well, it looks great. I know that the new Central Station, the old one got knocked down, the same one came in the spot, the same place in the same building. How does that help with response times now that you're back here and now with 24-hour shifts?
It's helped a lot. We called Central Fire Station because it's almost centrally located within the city. Our response times are some of the best in the state. We try to maintain 6 minutes or less on our response times. 24-hour shifts for our full-time staff is helping us keep that response model down for response times. We also have part-time staff that stay overnight as well. We try to run a minimum of 4 on a crew overnights for sure, and all the time actually, and then at least 6 throughout our busy times of the day. So from 7 a.m. to about midnight, we try to have at least 6 people on. So we're properly staffed for almost everything that comes in. If we need more, we'll page more out.
So now that you say that you have full-timers, you have part-timers, how does that model of being paramedic, being firefighter, are they all paramedic firefighter trained, or some paramedic, some firefighter, or how does that work?
All of the full-time staff are firefighter paramedics, and we have roughly 10 firefighter paramedics that are part-time, and then the rest are firefighter EMTs. So right now, currently, I think we have about 35 that are firefighter EMT, 10 part-time firefighter paramedic, and then a dozen full-time firefighter paramedic, not including myself and the deputy chief.
Well, that's awesome. And especially having so many rooms here, like the training room, there's also other rooms like the kitchen and then the fitness room, which is super important. They carry a lot of heavy gear. They're in and out of buildings all the time. So what's up with the equipment over in the fitness room?
The equipment room in the workout room was all donated. None of that was purchased by the city. One of the local workout facilities was going out of business, and they decided to donate that equipment to us. That equipment probably totaled around $45,000.
That's awesome. Well, yours is a lot bigger than ours now at the PD, so you might have
You're
some
always
cops
welcome to
popping
use it.
in and out. So now that we talked about the fitness and the other rooms, there's also a mezzanine area?
Yeah, we have a hands-on training mezzanine where we can close it off, we can put in fake smoke, and we can do search and rescue. We can set up the room the way we'd like to create kind of an obstacle course for firefighters, and firefighters will be able to do that any time of the day, any type of weather, because it's inside. So if it's 20 below outside, we don't have to worry about going outside to do that. We can do it right in here in the building.
That's awesome. Everything's here, so you don't have to go to external places and train. And
Right, and that's saving us money and saving the city money is not going to the external training sites.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take a look at that, and then we'll go to the bay and check out the ambulances, firefighters, and all the fun equipment that everyone likes to look at. All right, now we're in the bay that we just talked about, and it's huge. There's actually 2 of them. It's separated by a big concrete wall, and there's so much more room for activities.
Correct. We have a lot more room. Part of that is because of the station consolidations we did between stations 2 and 1. Station 1 is no longer there, so most of that equipment has come up here to the central station. So we needed the extra bay space. Also, what allows us to do extra training in the bays as well with all this extra room. We could, if we wanted to, we could bring cars in here and do extrication drills in here if weather's inclement. But also, just the size of our apparatus. We needed the space. We were very cramped in our original station because back then, when the equipment was purchased, it wasn't that large. But as things got bigger, structures and buildings, so did the apparatus, and we're carrying more and more equipment on it. So the size of the apparatus kind of dictated the size of the station bays.
I don't know, you got a lot more stuff in here, kind of like the fire pole. Now you got a fire pole in here.
Yep,
I'm not going on it.
For years we were asked by kids, where's the fire pole, where's the fire pole? And we never had one because we didn't have a 2-story station. Now with the 2-story station with the living quarters upstairs, fire pole was installed here and the staff enjoy using it.
I think there should have been a slide. That's something I would have been into, but not that. So I appreciate you taking the time and speaking with us. So my next adventure is going to be with PJ up in the kitchen. So
well, enjoy
thanks,
your
Chief.
Adventure, and PJ will be able to answer any of your questions.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, now we're in the kitchen area, the lounge area, and the kind of the balcony out here. So tell us about the 24-hour shifts now. I know you guys were always operational at 24 hours, but now the crews. So what does it entail with all the rooms around?
They work here 24 hours a day. Now we have full-time staff that works a full 24-hour day. They used to work a 12-hour day shift or a 12-hour night shift. So now they're staying here for a whole 24 hours. So we wanted to make sure we gave them a good kitchen that they could cook out of and entertain themselves in it, and also have some place to relax. And so they have a nice little lounge area over there, and our cable commission was kind enough to donate the TVs for us, which we are very, very grateful for. With
awesome.
This beautiful view that we have outside. We see constant wildlife all the time. We have a doe deer that comes by almost daily, and the guys have been keeping track of her, and so it's kind of nice to watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you were talking about what's the importance of people coming in civilian clothes, leaving in civilian clothes, kind of being comfortable here, and what's the kind of main basis behind that?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. When you're out exposed to people that are sick or injured, sometimes you spill their stuff on your clothing or whatever else may be. We don't want our employees to take that home with them. So they come in civilian clothes, they can change in the locker room and get their work clothes, work all day, put their civilian clothes back on at the end of the day and go home. We have 7 dorm rooms here, individual dorm rooms with full-size beds. I've been told they're very comfortable. I haven't slept in one yet. It'll happen someday, but they really enjoy the beds too, and they got bathrooms right across the hallway.
So I know that Chief Rick Redenius said that we can use the workout room facility. It's kind of a citywide entity. Maybe we can, take a little nap on shift, check out your beds.
You'll have to talk to Director Kerner about that first.
Just kidding.
Yes.
Just kidding, but thank you for showing us your living quarters. I know it's kind of a personal space, but they actually even had donuts here, which is great for us. So we're going to check out the equipment room after I eat this donut, and then we'll go from there.
Enjoy.
All right, now we're in the equipment room. I had to try in some stuff to see how it feels like. This isn't going anywhere, right? No one's going to see me in a fire uniform?
No, we're back.
We're good?
We're
Okay,
good.
Perfect. So tell us about this room.
This is our bunker gear room, okay? And we separated out our bunker gear because with all the chemicals that are produced from a house fire today, it impregnates our clothing. They're finding research is showing that cancer is more prevalent in firefighters by their gear, not so much the smoke that they're breathing, not that that hasn't been an issue, but now we have this special room where it's positive pressure, constant ventilation all the time. So all this gear comes into this room. After every single fire, they're required to wash their gear and then put it back up to dry.
Well, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to show me your little fire station here.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. It actually is a really, really neat I think that pretty much wraps up our show. So until next time, be safe. All right, this is my first time in a fire truck. Probably my last, so I might as well just send it.